when we set up the school, there was an advisory committee set up to advise us. It consisted of members of the society, clinical therapists like charge physiotherapists from the Auckland area, Jim Powell, myself, and Ian Turner was there. And the first advisory committee meeting we ever had up at Grafton, the Society of Physiotherapists representative, when asked if they wanted to say anything, was going around and said, yes, the society do not approve of the people who've been appointed to teach. And I was devastated, because we'd given up our jobs and one thing and another, and they said, we don't approve it, they should have proper teachers teaching in the school. So Jim Powell got up and said, well, we're putting them through TTU. We believe that people who are enthusiastic, who know what they're talking about, are the best teachers and things like that. But I was devastated. I went home and cried my eyes out because I thought, if that's what the society thinks, how are we going to cope at the beginning of... And this was the start of the school. Anyway, they came round in the end. But then we had advisory committees all the way through. And even when I left, we still had advisory committees meetings and took on board what they were saying. But also it was a conduit for them to hear what we were trying to do and give support, from us. But that first advisory committee meeting I would like to forget, but I'll never forget. Physiotherapy board on the whole were supportive. We had to be very careful because suggestions were made and you had to try logically to think them out, rather than leap in and say, that's a good idea. What were the consequences of doing something like that? And so I'm afraid we got a little bit wary of physiotherapy board saying, we've got to do this and you've got to do that. We said, let's think about it, first. And then there was a great move that the schools shouldn't be represented on the physiotherapy board, that they had too much say in what was going on. And I think now the constitution of the board has changed, so they don't have the heads of the schools on. Because at one time they were even saying, we don't want the heads of the schools, we want a representative. And we say, the heads of the schools say, and it was in that time when budget was the thing. And we said, you've got to have us on, because we're the only ones who have access to that budget. And you can say anything you like, but it comes down to money in the end. So you've got to have us on. So that's the board.